All right, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the August Uncensored and In Charge with Erin Childs. I am happy to be here today, and we are going to be talking about a recap of last August. I had done a presentation about fall catering readiness, and I'm going to also parlay that into where you are today in August of 26 and give you some really good suggestions for things that I think you and your team should be preparing for as you head into this busy fall. So last August, I had done a whole session about making sure that you are ready for the fall. And while August can seem quiet, I had said this is kind of the month and moment that can separate us from scrambling as caterers to becoming very strategic caterers. And the decisions that you make now in August about your menus and your systems and your people will define your success for the fall and the holiday season. So I had gone on this whole thing and I told you to make sure that you would lock in a menu and that would sell with confidence. I talked about streamlining with catering packages that you have. I had told you about prepping your people while it's quiet, and that's making sure that they're prepared. It's a prime time for training staff members and taking time with staff members who, while their leaders might be on vacation, and you having a little bit more of a one-on-one with the team that you're not necessarily used to having that time with. I told you that it was a beautiful opportunity to audit your systems. And this is a really big one because oftentimes our systems might get a little unorganized throughout a year. So August is a great time for us to focus on it. Then I had told you that you should get out and ahead of the calendar and customer outreach. Pull all of your reports, pull all of your data, and start taking a look at all of that factual data because it can give you a lot of good stuff, right? And then I told you that you should clean up and stock up and become more organized, have weekly planning meetings, build some marketing momentum for yourself. And I had stressed that August wasn't going to last very long, and that if you use it well, you can set your fall season up for tremendous success, right? Now, I told you then 1 year ago, actually, almost to the day, to ask yourself if you're organized, are you communicating clearly internally with your clients? Are you prepared to deliver an experience worth repeating? Okay. So, with that said, I want to jump into a little bit of what my thought for August 2026 is about. And that is finding sales hiding in plain sight, but also using this slow catering period as an opportunity not to wait. And there are plenty of opportunities to prospect, reconnect with, create occasions with, and build the pipeline for the fall. Okay. So look at it like this. Is August slow or is August an opportunity? I will always say it's an opportunity. It can feel quiet. I totally understand. People are on vacations. Most decision makers might be out of the office, and there are a lot fewer corporate meetings. But customers haven't disappeared, and this is an important thing that I think people really need to hold on to. Their routines have simply changed right now. So the question isn't why is catering slow? The question is where are people gathering in August and how can we be a part of it? And that is a different lens that I want you to look at today. Slow sales should never mean slow selling. So stop waiting for your phone to ring because I promise you it's not going to. August is when catering teams need to shift from order taking to sales creating. Ask yourself, leaders and or salespeople, who haven't you heard from lately? Who ordered from us last summer? Who normally orders in September and October? And who could we give a reason to order right now? Okay? Those are really powerful ones right there alone. If you're looking for your sales team to figure out a place to start, right there. Because by looking ahead to September and October, it's going to give you an idea of any big events that you did last year that you might not have booked yet and that you can go after right now in August. Your salespeople can literally call those people and say, "Hey, Erin, I saw that you did an event in the middle of September. We're about a month out. Do you want me to start working on stuff for you again? Or is that event happening? Is there anything else in October that we had done that I can start working on?" Do you see how easy that is? Your existing customer database is probably your best August prospecting list because it's all right there. Find the August occasions. There are still plenty of reasons to cater, guys. It is August 11th. Employee appreciation lunches, great marketing point. Summer Fridays, they're running out quickly. Office picnics and outings. This is one of my favorite ones. Intern farewell lunches. This is a fantastic marketing piece. Go after it. Send an email alone just on that. Create some big piece menu items for yourself to say, celebrate your interns and say thank you. You don't have to reinvent the wheel, guys. You don't have to bring in special menu items. You just market your menu to farewell interns. And people will be like, that's such a nice idea. We should do that. Now, we're all looking at back to school events, teacher and staff appreciation. They're probably headed back to school rather soon to start preparing classrooms. Maybe that's something you market to, maybe through your own network. Sports practices and preseason gatherings are happening. Teams are starting to strengthen and gear up to get together. And it's a great opportunity for you to market to families who might want to feed the football team or the soccer team after practice one day. Real estate open houses, always a strong one. Medical, pharmaceutical lunches, construction crews and job sites, and of course, family reunions and backyard gatherings that are happening almost every weekend at this point. Don't sell catering, sell the occasion right now. It's a really good power move for you. Those things that I just listed alone are great opportunities for you to call one of those customers that I was talking about and say, "Hey, are you doing anything in the office for an outside picnic?" August is a great month for reactivation. I'd like for you all to consider putting together 3 lists. Those 3 lists should contain the following: customers who ordered in the past 90 days, customers who ordered last August, and good customers who haven't ordered in 6+ months. Okay? Reach out to them personally. Instead of just checking in to see if you need catering, which is fine, but really it's not what's good for August at this point. Become more personal. Try this instead. "Hey, Sarah, I was thinking about your team because we haven't catered for you in a while." Now, this is a perfect insert where if you've looked up Sarah's account, you can go back and say, Sarah hasn't ordered since February of this past year, or March or April. We haven't heard from her in a while. So this is great information, as I was saying. We haven't heard from you since February. Are you doing anything for your office before summer wraps up? I'd love to help you put something easy together. And then you can go even further on the call with right now, I know a lot of offices are getting ready to say goodbye to interns. We are offering a fun little intern goodbye lunch package. And then just market one of your existing packages. It puts the seed in the client's head, which is really valuable. And you might even get a sale right then and there. A lot of people might be coming back to work at the end of August, right after their vacation. Well, this is a end of summer team lunch. Great idea. Welcome back to the office. Another great idea. Summer Friday lunch. Some offices might close early on Fridays. So offering a nice lunch for the team before they head out the door might be really a value play for you to market to them. You don't need to discount, and I say that because oftentimes when things are slow, people might go, "Oh gosh, we gotta run a special. We gotta discount it." And I can't stress it enough. You actually don't need to discount it. And I've learned this over many years of working in this world. What you need to do is just give them the right idea that they want to host, and you're gonna probably have an immediate sale. Give them the idea of what they want to have, and they will probably have it. And by the way, they'll probably get a lot of positive feedback from their team at the office because of it. And remember, making your customer look like the champion is always a power move. Sometimes the best promotion is a really good idea at the right time. So as we work through August, I really want you to think about some of those suggestions that I had said, and we'll review them one more time just to make sure you have them in your notes. Sometimes it might be fun for you yourself as the salesperson or the leader to get out of the building. It's a perfect month for grassroots sales. Find neighborhoods or businesses in districts that are close to you, offices, medical buildings, schools, banks, real estate offices, car dealerships, construction sites, gyms, local businesses, all of the things that I just said before. Bring menus, samples when appropriate, and most importantly, bring a conversation. Now, some people have made comments to me about this because if you are in a city, anywhere, you won't necessarily be able to have access to buildings because of security, but that's okay. That's where you make your phone calls ahead of time, where you call Sarah and you say, "Hey, Sarah, we are offering this intern promotion lunch." Okay, there's no real promotion about it. You're with me on this. However, I'd love to drop off some cookies also. Okay, you're dropping off some free cookies. Now you have access to it. Now you have an opportunity to say hi to Sarah, remind her of who you are. It's a really good move. Okay, so August is a really good month to be focused and really thinking about September. Okay? August selling isn't just about trying to boost your revenue here. It's really the forecast for September, October, November, and December. The busiest catering season is coming, you guys, and you all know it. I would like for you to consider using August to ask, who handles your fall meetings? When do you start planning holiday events? Do you have reoccurring lunches? Are there any upcoming trainings or conferences? And can we get dates on the calendar now? The work that you do in August will determine how busy your October is. So make your slow month measurable. Something that's really positive for you to perhaps as a leader have your sales manager or person commit to weekly. How about this? 10 dormant customer calls. Well, what does that mean? That means go back to that list that I was telling you about and look at the list, find 10 customers, and there will be 10 who haven't ordered at all recently. Have that salesperson call them. Have them find 5 new business conversations to have. Now, that could go outside of your network. That could be customers that are no longer there and somebody else has taken over their position, but your salesperson hasn't connected with them in a little bit. Again, perfect opportunity. But have them find 5 new business conversations, 5 personal follow-ups. Make sure they follow up, especially if that customer has placed an order, and just say, "Hey, Sarah, I just wanted to thank you so much for placing that order. How was the intern send-off? Did it go well?" Have them find 3 future catering opportunities and have them identified clearly. What does this mean? Maybe there is a back to work fall social that needs to get planned. Or maybe there's one that you need to market. Whatever it is, 3 future catering opportunities will allow for your salesperson and your business to kind of breathe a little bit, right? And plan 1 customer visit or tasting. Not bad. Think about it. That's good pressure for your sales team for the rest of this month to commit to. Keeps them busy, reactivates clients who you haven't heard from in a while, and allows for a lot of ownership for helping plan what September, October, November, and December all look like. Whatever you do, don't only measure August sales. Measure the activity and the pipeline that you and your team are creating. I don't like when people allow for the calendar to dictate your sales. There are definitely slow months in catering. And by the way, most of us might know that it's not only the middle to end of August in the catering world. There are many months that can be very slow. January is another example. March is another one. But August gives you something that you don't always have during peak season, and that is time. It's time to call the customers. It gives you time to find prospective customers. It gives you time to visit your business itself. It gives you time to build relationships that aren't yet established. And it gives you time to ask what's coming next. So don't wait for this September to get busy. Use August 11th, which today is August 11th, and every day until the end of August to make September busy for you. And if there was one strong message that I really want to make sure is clear today and that I get out, is that all of this planning in August and all of this time that you're actually going to commit to will give you a stronger pipeline over the next 4 or 5 months that will matter greatly to you. A wise leader always told us that we want to store our nuts for the winter, just like squirrels, right? So right now is a perfect opportunity for you to be gathering all of these important details and actually committing and executing on them. So to rewind real quick, August sales team challenge. Have them find 10 dormant customers and call them. Have them have 5 new business conversations. Have them find 5 personal follow-ups. Have them have 3 future catering opportunities all identified and 1 customer visit or tasting if not a week, planned. Sometimes that might have to roll to 2 for the following week. But stay committed to those things and put the pressure on your sales team to stay committed to it, and you will see a wonderful opportunity flourish for September, October, November, and December. Remember, ask about who's handling the fall meetings and plan accordingly. So, to jump back to what I had said to you 1 year ago today and why I think it's so important is because August won't last long. And if you use it well, you will set up your fall season that is not just busy, but it's profitable, it's smooth, and by God, enjoyable, if you can believe it. Make sure you are organized, people. Make sure you are communicating clearly and internally and externally with your clients. And be prepared to deliver an experience that is so worth repeating that they keep calling you. Now, I will flip it to see if there are any questions before I send you off. Okay. If there are any questions, feel free to type them in the live Q&A. Otherwise, I will just have you I will just, I guess, close out my final thought, and that is one of the things that I've learned now as I've been going through this monthly Uncensored and In Charge with Erin Childs sessions, is that, the more prepared you give your team the opportunity to execute and be successful, to find the sales opportunities, to show your customers what you have to offer, the more you stand out against others. So I want to just kind of make sure that you realize that this month doesn't have to be as slow as you want it to be. It can really have a lot of energy, but it's really preparing you for what your fall is going to look like. So I just want to kind of have you review last year's fall catering readiness that I had posted. And then, of course, we will post this month, this August one as well, so that you can compare the two. But I kind of, share the same thoughts between the two, but give you a little bit more idea and suggestion about how to go after it for this year to make it a little bit different. So, a couple of questions just popping in real quick. Um, what does slow sales should never mean slow selling mean in practice? So, sometimes I feel like when people don't have a lot of sales, they aren't picking up the phone and dialing for the dollars like they normally would. If you go back to what I was saying on the uh, part here with Team August Sales Challenge. I can't talk right now. Team August Sales Challenge. I think that what I've noticed with other leaders that I've worked with and had coaching calls on is that if you pressure your sales team, and I say that in a very professional, kind way, holding them accountable for trying to hit numbers, or also it's August and people might be a little bit in the vacation mode because their leadership might actually be out. So giving them this sales challenge for August, I think, is a very good power move for you, so that it holds them accountable and that you have tangible results to say, okay, who were the 10 customers that you had reached out to? What 5 new business conversations did you have? What site visit are you going on or do you have planned? It puts a little pressure to the sales team, but it doesn't mean that they're not trying to actively gather more business, if that hopefully answers that question. Um, Okay, so what information should sales teams pull from their customer database before beginning August outreach? So you should 110% go back and reflect on what I was saying earlier was those 3, list of 3, and everyone knows that I love 3 as a grouping. Customers who haven't ordered in the past 90 days, that will give you a really good insight on who's been quiet this summer. Customers who ordered 1 year ago last August, customers who haven't ordered in 6+ months. If you put those 3 lists together alone, starting with I actually might start with customers who haven't ordered in 6+ months, because something happened, or maybe they just had a bunch of events in the spring, end of winter, spring, and now summer happened and they really weren't thinking of you for summer because they weren't really necessarily thinking about you for your menus. And so it's a good piece there for trying to find that connection again. And then customers who ordered last August is a power one too, because that actually could go back and fall with new business opportunities, new business conversation, because somebody might have left the company and now there's somebody new. So again, back to the sales piece, that's one of 5 business conversations that could possibly be potentially new for you and a good opportunity. So really, if I were to leave you with anything really powerful today, I would say go after the customers who haven't ordered in the past 90 days, the customers who ordered last August, and the good customers who haven't ordered in 6+ months. Take those 3 lists and compare them in the sales challenge with the 10 dormant customer calls, 5 new business conversations, 5 personal follow-ups, 3 future catering opportunities identified, and 1 customer visit or tasting planned. If you do those 2 chunks alone, I think you will really have the right data for this August outreach. If that answers hopefully the question appropriately. Next question is, how can sales team tell the difference between a customer who is genuinely dormant and one whose ordering habits have simply changed? The only way you will ever know that is actually if you pick up the phone and call them and stay in touch. And as I said, don't just ask the question. And this is a really important one because it kind of goes in line with, like, if you're asking somebody how you're doing, "Hey, how are you doing?" Most of the time, people are gonna be like, "Oh, I'm good, thanks." But if you become a little bit more specific with the question, and rather than, selling just to sell, give them the idea of what they should buy. And going back to the summer Friday lunches, end of summer team lunch, back to office lunch, if you're giving intern goodbye lunch, if you're giving them those ideas, I think you're going to have a little bit more success because it's a little bit different than just saying, "Hey, you haven't ordered in a while. Do you have anything coming up?" Versus you're specific to the actual idea of what the event should be so that you can almost help them create it. Next question. Okay, so you talked about selling the occasion rather than selling catering. And I actually was just talking about this. So, what are some examples of how you would turn a standard catering menu into a compelling occasion without creating new products? Guys, this is so easy. It's so weird because you can take, like, uh, let me just, I don't want to give any specific menu um, of any brand because I like to keep it general. But say you have cold salads and it's been 95 degrees every day in the Northeast, if you're around here. Um, you could call your client, you could say, "Hey, we're featuring a end of summer luncheon package and it has these 3 salads because the temperatures have been so hot. We're running it through the end of August. If you have any interest, let us know. Here's what they are." You're not you don't have to discount it. You're just highlighting 3 things that maybe people don't always think about, and it's 95 degrees outside, so they're like, "Oh, a nice cold salad," or like a gazpacho soup, which is a cold soup, might be really attractive to people, who are looking to do something that's not like a hot food bar. So you wanna highlight your seasonal stuff that would be perfect for right now, and I guarantee any one of you, any one of your catering menus, you have something that would be perfect for summer, maybe a little bit of a lighter fare that might be really welcomed for any event that you're going to try to market. Okay. So, how do you train salespeople to identify occasions a customer may not have thought about themselves? You know, this takes planning ahead of time. So this stuff should have been talked about maybe at the beginning of summer, let's call it May or June, where that you're looking ahead. We've talked about in over the past plus year plus, of planning accordingly. When you do your end of year review and you look back to how this year looked for you and what 2026 was going to look like for you, there was a marketing component that we had probably talked about at some point. This is that time where you look for and that you should recap what didn't work this past August or what didn't work last August. Last August, if I go back to what I was saying in my playbook for what we were planning last year about being more streamlined and everything, getting things together, being more organized. I'm talking more specifically this August about it because, as I said, giving them an idea, sit your team down on today and say, what are some fun ideas that we could market? That's it. Your team is full of wonderful suggestions. Trust me, lean on your team for these things. It's not just necessarily the leader's responsibility. There are people in your kitchen that could have good ideas that they might suggest that you sell. So lean on your whole team for this type of stuff because it doesn't always have to fall to the salesperson necessarily. There are plenty of other people who are on your teams and your leadership teams that can help be thoughtful and plan accordingly. But whatever you do, I would suggest for this month that you create the sale by giving the customer the idea. I haven't seen a ton of it necessarily talked about. I know people always do summer cool downs and all that kind of stuff, but really work through your customer base on it and give them the idea of what they might not have had in the past. Okay. And let's see if there are any more. Nope, that's it. All right. Well, that's it for questions. I appreciate everybody's questions today, and I appreciate you tuning in to the August session of Uncensored and In Charge. Again, I will look forward to speaking with you in September. Use the rest of this month to focus on preparing yourself for the fall, and September, October, November, and December will prove to be very beneficial and positive for you. Thanks again, everyone, for tuning in. Talk to you soon. Take care.